Recent unrest in parts of Mexico is prompting swift changes across the cruise industry. Welcome to Cruise Knowledge Hub.
So you're thinking about a cruise to Mexico, or maybe you already have one booked, and you've probably been seeing some pretty confusing headlines, right? On one side, you're hearing about unrest, but on the other, all you see are those perfect beach photos. So what is the real story? All right, let's dive in and get this all sorted out.
We all know that picture-perfect dream, don't we? Stepping off that giant cruise ship into a port, maybe Cozumel, you feel that warm sun, you see that gorgeous blue water, and you just know adventure is waiting. I mean, for millions of us, a Mexican cruise is the definition of an easy, relaxing getaway.
But lately, that perfect picture has gotten a little cloudy. You've seen the news about cartel violence, and it's definitely raising some safety concerns. It's got a lot of us travelers wondering, hey, is my dream vacation going to get canceled? Or maybe even, is it still safe to go? Okay, to figure out the real impact on your vacation, we need to look at two things: what's actually happening on the ground in Mexico, and then how the cruise lines are reacting out on the water.
So where did all this start? Well, the recent disruptions really kicked off after a flare-up of cartel violence, specifically right after a cartel leader was killed. And of course, with guest safety being priority number one, some cruise lines started making immediate changes to their itinerary.
And we're talking about the big players here. You know, cruise lines like Carnival and Norwegian, they acted fast. They started canceling or at least temporarily dropping certain port calls from their schedules, all to avoid any possible risk to their passengers and their crew.
But listen, this next part is maybe the most important thing to get. The impact is not the same everywhere, not even close. To really understand what's happening, you've got to think of it like a tale of two completely different coasts. And here's that key distinction. All the disruptions, they're pretty much all concentrated on Mexico's Pacific coast. We're talking places like Puerto Vallarta. But over on the other side, the super popular Caribbean ports like Cozumel and the Riviera Maya, they're operating completely normally, business as usual.
And if we want to get even more specific, the unrest has really been focused in the Jalisco region, which is on that Pacific side. And that is exactly why the gorgeous port city of Puerto Vallarta has been the main place where cruisers have seen their schedules get switched up.
Now, a change in plans doesn't automatically mean you're losing out. Instead of just, skipping a stop entirely, a lot of the cruise lines are getting creative. They're adapting. So they might swap out that stop in Puerto Vallarta for a longer stay in another great Pacific port, like Mazatlan or Cabo. They're making sure you still get an awesome Mexican vacation.
Okay, so let's talk about those official government travel advisories. I know, they can sound kind of scary when you read them. So let's break down what they actually mean for you as a tourist just trying to have a good time. So right now, the U.S. State Department has Mexico listed as a Level 2 advisory. Great. But what on earth does Level 2 mean in plain English? A Level 2 just means exercise increased caution. And this is so important. It is not a do not travel warning. It's not telling you to cancel your trip. It's really just a heads up, a reminder to be aware of your surroundings, just like you would be in any big city anywhere in the world. It definitely doesn't mean your cruise is canceled. And this also shows you how fast things can change for the better. You might remember those really serious shelter-in-place warnings back in late February. Well, those were super temporary. They've been gone for a while now, and the official advice is back to just the standard precautions for the region.
All right, so with all that in mind, what do you actually do if you've got a cruise on the books? Let's run through a super simple 4-step checklist so you can feel totally prepared.
First up, just log in and double-check your specific itinerary with your cruise line. Step 2, keep an eye on your email and the cruise line's app, just in case there are any last-minute updates. Third, and this is a big one, just be mentally prepared to be flexible. Hey, you might get a surprise sea day or some extra time in another awesome port. And finally, number 4, stay aware of those official advisories, but now you know what they really mean. Okay, so let's boil this all down. What's the bottom line? If you take away just one thing from our little chat today, make it this. Yes, some localized unrest can affect a few specific ports, mostly on the Pacific coast. But, and this is a big but, it absolutely does not mean that all cruises to Mexico are being canceled. In fact, the vast majority of port stops, especially all those amazing ones in the Caribbean, are running just like they always do, exactly as planned. And all of this really gets you thinking, doesn't it? It leads to a bigger question about the future of travel. As all of us try to balance that thirst for adventure with, the need to feel safe,
How are the world's biggest tourism hotspots gonna have to change and adapt to keep us coming back?
Thank you for watching Cruise Knowledge Hub.
Like, share.
Comment and subscribe.